Behind the scenes at the Vatican, whispers and uncertainties surround the health of Pope Francis. In the eyes of the world, his frailty is increasing. But is it just the weight of age, or is something much greater happening? The images speak for themselves. The labored breathing, the hesitant steps, and the evident fatigue contrast with the energy the pontiff demonstrated in the past. The signs of physical wear are undeniable, but there is something that is not being said. In 2015, a delicate surgery to remove part of a lung revealed an unexpected vulnerability. Since then, doctors have been closely monitoring his health, but the last few months have brought increasing concern. The recent respiratory difficulties and the dependence on support to walk raise doubts about the true severity of her condition. In the Vatican, the official version remains that he is being well cared for, but experts point to a situation more delicate than what is being reported. The question is something being hidden? A long time ago, forgotten prophecies mentioned a pope who would face intense physical trials before events that would change the course of the church. Would we be facing a critical moment? The truth may be hidden under layers of secrecy, and when it comes to light, it could forever change the history of the Vatican. Rumors about respiratory complications and possible cardiovascular problems are spreading, but the Vatican's silence keeps the mystery alive. The absence of detailed information only increases uncertainties, and the reduction in the pace of the Pope's activities raises an even more serious question. How will this affect the leadership of the Church? Francisco has always sought to renew the institution, addressing delicate issues and promoting an open dialogue. But now, his increasingly limited presence is causing unease. Is the Catholic Church on the brink of an unexpected transition? What will the path be like without the charismatic and innovative figure that marked this period? The uncertainty grows every day. The future of the papacy is shrouded in speculation. Will Francis remain in charge until the end of his life, facing the challenges imposed by his weakened health? Or are we witnessing a historic moment where a new chapter will be written within the Vatican? The possibility of a resignation is no longer just a rumor. The topic has become real in discussions among cardinals and religious experts. If this happens, will it be a personal choice in light of their physical condition, or are there greater forces driving this change? Since the beginning of his papacy, Francis has faced internal and external challenges, seeking to bring the Church closer to the faithful in a world increasingly distant from traditional spirituality. However, his health has become an increasing obstacle. The fatigue, the difficulty walking, and the labored breathing are visible. In his recent appearances, he has needed support to move around. The transformation is evident, from a determined leader to a man who struggles against the limitations of his own body. Until when will he be able to bear the weight of his mission? Doctors assure that the Pope is receiving the best care, but there are those who believe that the situation may be more serious than reported. If his condition worsens, resignation could go from being a remote possibility to becoming a necessity. However, there is a detail that makes this story even more enigmatic. The health of Pope Francis is not only under the careful watch of medicine, but also of scholars of ancient prophecies. For many, Francis's fragility and the challenges faced by the Church seem to align with predictions made centuries ago. Among them, one of the most enigmatic is the prophecy of Saint Malachi, who is said to have predicted all the popes up to the last. According to this ancient revelation, Francis would be the penultimate pope in the history of the Catholic Church. If this prediction is correct, it would indicate that his leadership coincides with a period of tribulations and profound changes. It's not just about advanced age or weakened health, but a prophetic sign that something greater is to come. If Francis is truly the penultimate pope, what can we expect for the future of the Church? Many believe that we are approaching an event that will change everything. After his departure, whether by resignation or for another reason, the Church may face an unprecedented transformation, marked by internal and external challenges that could redefine its structure forever. The Pope's health and the discussions about his possible departure are not just medical or administrative concerns, but a possible indication of a new cycle about to begin. If Francis leaves the papacy while still alive, it could confirm predictions that speak of the end of an era for the Catholic Church. It would mark the beginning of a phase of crisis and radical transformation, where nothing we know would remain untouched. Francisco's resignation, if it happens, could be the biggest sign that we are on the brink of a historic turning point. But are we ready for what's coming next? The uncertainties are increasing, and the prophecy of Saint Malachi seems to gain more strength each day. What will happen after Francis? How will the Church face this decisive moment? These questions continue to resonate among the faithful and scholars. Only time will reveal if this prophecy is being fulfilled before our eyes. Besides the prophecy of Saint Malachi, other ancient writings seem to unsettlingly fit into the current scenario. Saint Bridget of Sweden, a 14th century mystic, described visions of a fragile and humble pope who would assume the leadership of the Church amidst chaos and decline. This leader would face immense trials, and their presence would mark a period of profound challenges within the Catholic Church. For many, Francisco seems to reflect this prediction with precision. He emerged as a symbol of renewal, but now he faces evident physical wear and tear. His struggle against his own limits is, in a way, a reflection of the Church's struggle to remain relevant in a world increasingly distant from traditional spirituality. The weight of his mission goes far beyond his health. He carries the responsibility of guiding a millennia-old institution in one of the most critical moments of its existence. But if his condition continues to worsen, the Vatican will have to make a historic decision: to keep a weakened pope in command, as has happened before, or to pave the way for a new era where resignation becomes part of the future of the papacy. The Church has undergone numerous transformations over the centuries, but it has never faced a period of transition as delicate as this, where tradition and necessity collide so intensely. The question that remains is, are we witnessing just a natural decline in the health of a religious leader, or is there something greater happening? If the prophecies are correct, what will come after Francis? The fate of the Church may be about to be redefined. The whole world is watching every step the Pope takes, and every decision made within the Vatican. In the coming months, the outcome of a story that, according to many, has already been written for centuries may finally be revealed. What will happen if Francisco can no longer continue in command? Is the Church prepared for this new chapter? There is no denying that his papacy was marked by significant reforms and attempts at modernization. But these changes also brought divisions and internal challenges. What will happen if he is no longer there to guide the Church through these uncertain times? On the other hand, some sources indicate that behind the scenes at the Vatican, a quiet process of papal succession may already be underway. Behind the scenes at the Vatican, the possibility of a new pope is already being considered. But this moment couldn't be more delicate. The Catholic Church is going through a deep crisis, and any transition could bring unpredictable impacts. What we know for sure is that, regardless of what happens, the Church will never be the same again. Whether it is due to the fulfillment of ancient prophecies or the unexpected events unfolding before our eyes, we are on the brink of a historical transformation. But what does this really mean for millions of believers around the world? On one side, there are those who believe that the predictions about the end of an era are coming true before our eyes. On the other hand, there are those who see all of this as coincidences and exaggerated interpretations. What no one can deny is that the future of the Church is at a decisive moment. In the coming months and years, the institution will face challenges like never before. Difficult decisions will need to be made, and the whole world will be watching every step of the Vatican. Would we be witnessing the end of a cycle prophesied centuries ago? Or is this just the beginning of a new phase in the history of the Church? We are facing a moment that could mark the end of an era, or the beginning of something that will change the history of the Church forever. The prophecies, the signs, and the recent events seem to connect in a disturbingly precise way. Is the fragility of Pope Francis merely a reflection of something much greater? Are we really witnessing the fulfillment of predictions made centuries ago? Or is all of this just speculation and coincidences? The answer is still uncertain, but what no one can deny is that the future of the Vatican is being written before our eyes. The next decisions made within the Church could completely transform Catholicism and its leadership. What comes after Francis? Are we ready for what is to come? Now we want to know your opinion. Do you believe we are witnessing the fulfillment of these ancient prophecies? Or is it all just a sequence of natural events? Leave your comment below, share this video with your friends, and let's continue this discussion. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. The world is changing, new revelations emerge every day, and you won't want to miss out on this investigation.